Good morning, Goran. How are you?
Good. How are you, Fernando? Nice to see you.
Doing great. I love your timeless look you have.
Oh, is that Timeless, the TV show, or Timeless?
Both. No, I love your look in Fatima. I love that look.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Good. I mean, we didn't kind of like do much, you know. It was when you see the original photographs of Arturo, very, very close. The suits, the hat, the mustache. You know, it's pretty much very, very close to how he actually looked on the photos.
Very cool. My main question to you is: do you believe in miracles? Is that a miracle?
Well, I mean, look, I'm a very practical guy. I'm like, you know, when people around me start talking, you know, have you seen ghosts or did you experience this? Did you do? I'm like a very like no, nothing ever happened to me in that respect. But in this case of this movie is like the bottom line for us when making this movie was not something really happened here or didn't happen. It was the message of the film, the message of the story, the message of these kids, because they've been saying such an amazing, beautiful, they delivered such an amazing, beautiful message full of love that, you know, you can't imagine that they could have done it on their own, that they could have told these things. And the message was really positive, and it was really beautiful, and it was full of love. And I'm like, you know, it really doesn't matter, because when you start to cut it down, and when you start to scientifically explore everything, and if you can, I mean, you can just say that, you know, somebody who is so much more intelligent from us as we are from a dog is going to become supreme being to us. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
if you start to analyze everything scientifically, you're like, what's happening then? You know? So miracle or no miracle, I'm not even going there. It's the message. It's the message. What was everything about, you know?
I totally agree, completely. Okay, so have you ever had a moment in your life where you saw something and you tried to explain it to somebody and they kind of didn't believe you?
No, that was the part of what I was saying, you know. I'm not even dreaming, you know. People talk to me about, you know, I have a dream. I'm like, I never dream. I'm very pragmatic. I'm very down to earth. I'm very, you know, like my kid hits her head and blood starts spurting out. Everybody's, you know, I'm kind of like, okay, calm down, take something, put it on a face, calm down, let's go see a doctor, you know. So no, very simple, no.
Okay. So what is the message of the film to you?
Well, that's what we've been talking about before. You know, it's not. I like to see it. It's not about. Everybody's trying to push the story towards. Okay, did miracle happen on that date, or miracle didn't happen? I really don't see it that way. Like I said before, you know, you had so many people there for the final miracle, so many witnesses, and they all saw something. We don't know what, you know, they were describing it as the sun moving in a weird way. We all know that sun cannot move. Now, was it some kind of atmospheric effect? Whatever, now we're getting down into the science of what happened. But when Marco and I discussed the movie, we were talking about the message. And that's what's important, of those kids basically telling these grown-ups, adults who are coming from First World War, broken and missing limbs and everything, you know, they're saying, you know, somebody told us, this lady, she told us that we need to pray more and that we need to love each other. And I'm like, that's it, you know, we need that today, you know, we just need to love and respect each other more, and the world would be a better place. You know?
Right. Well, this movie, it puts you through a roller coaster. Like you're fighting for the girls. You know, you fight for them in the movie. You become on their side. You know?
Yes.
And how was it working with these new actors, by the way?
You know what? I mean, I almost don't want to talk about that because it's such a serious movie, but we had so much fun on set. You know, like there's a scene when my character takes the kids inside and he gives them food and he's trying to talk nice to them and basically for them to tell him that they invented everything, basically that they're lying, that they were playing and stuff. And kids are like, no, it really happened. And he kind of is losing the patience. So it's but as soon as camera would cut, you know, we would start. I had 4 kids. So, you know, we were all over each other, like, you know, kind of like joking and playing around and stuff, you know. So it was really fun. They're really cool, smart kids. And, you know, they were good actors. They were very professional, very knowing what they're doing. So it was a really pleasant job.
You know, I loved your acting, and you're Croatian, correct?
Yes.
And this is a Portuguese setting, right? And I grew up in South America, and I went to Spain a lot, and I know what Spanish accents kind of sound like. And your accent, in being a Latino, I believe your role the whole time. That's how good you were. Like,
well,
yeah, like I love your tone and your voice and your delivery.
We had the Portuguese dialect coach. We worked really hard on pronouncing the names correctly, because we were, you know, I was speaking with some kind of like English that was sounding a bit Americanized, but we tried. It was basically make sure everybody understands what I'm saying. But when we came to pronunciation of every name, Marco insisted it should be pronounced like Portuguese person would pronounce. So that probably pushed everybody over that edge of believability into a good direction. Because when you hear Arturo saying all those names, and those Portuguese sound are quite difficult, you know, some of them to say them, then you kind of get drawn into Portugal, basically, with all those names. Because after that, you know, whatever you say, it's kind of like, oh, that's the guy who said all these names, how they should be sounding, you know. So thanks for noticing that. We really
I was kind of now you answer my question. You got coached, because I was like, how does a Croatian guy do that? Marco, y Arturo, y Fernando. I'm like, wow, that's so good.
Well, we try every role you do, you try to do your best, you know, like that was the part of a job on building the character, you know.
Right. Cool. Well, I really love the movie. My mom's a pastor, by the way, and a Christian pastor, and she really loved it as well. We saw it together, and she's
great.
It's so realistic. It's so, you know, it's really realistic. I mean, it's just so real. So really loved it. And
that's Marco, the director. He does, you know, when we were working, he would tell me, Goran, you know what, just bring it down. Just, you know, just bring it down. Don't do mustache twirling and stuff. Just bring it down. So he likes that note of realism in the movie, you know.
What do you mean bring it down? Were you being too evil?
No. Like in the performance, you know, I'm a 6'4" guy, you know. I had a big mustache, big hat. Everybody's a little bit lower than me. The kids are smaller, you know, and then the words are big, and you're playing like somebody who comes in and close the church and this and that. So it's very easy, even if you're not overdoing it, it looks like you're overdoing it. So he would always be like, you know what, Goran, the actions are so strong, the words are so strong, just bring it down. And everything the whole performance is like, only when he's at home with his wife, he's kind of relaxed, you know, Arturo's characters. And that we try to do that difference, you know.
No, I noticed it, because you were like tall. You were always looking down at everybody,
well,
you were always like.
It's not my fault, you know? Croatians are tall people, you know.
Right, and good hockey players.
Yeah, better in football, but okay.
Okay, right. Hey, great meeting you. Great job. I'm going to spread the word, and
Great, thank you, Fernando. Appreciate it.
And Goran, good luck. I'll see you on your next red carpet. Hopefully, I'll see you on the red carpet, right?
Well, you know, not for this movie, maybe for the next one.
Right, for the next movie.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Take care, bro.
Good.
Great
Thank
talking to you.
Thank you very much. You too.